も彼を育てるまではまだ死ねんだな。
Anime fans everywhere love it when their favorite character or villains undergo some sort of transformation and become stronger. We never lose that childlike spark whenever we see it happen, and thankfully, the anime world is full of amazing character forms and transformations that leave us clamoring for more. In this video, ladies and gents, we bring you what we consider the top 20 forms in anime, ranked from weakest to strongest. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Let's go. Number 20. Ghoul Transformation Kaneki from Tokyo Ghoul.
食べて。僕はグールだ。
Can you count? This describes the very first scene where Kaneki finally makes the transition into a full-fledged ghoul and destroys Jason, after withstanding an unimaginable amount of torment. It's a deeply satisfying moment and a showcase of Kaneki's true power. His ghoul form evolves from the point forward, gaining more fighting abilities as our turbulent hero wrestles with his dual identity, as both a human and a ghoul. When compared to other ghouls in the series, Kaneki's form is not that special. He has that rose arm thing that allows him to stab, jump, and eat other creatures. His regenerative abilities also leave a lot to be desired, unless we're talking about his final form in the last season, which is a sight to behold. Number 19. Ruler of the Universe, Tetsu from Akira. Tetsushima is an interesting case study. Here's what happens when you give someone too much of something. Of course, we're talking about the amount of power that he gains and the corruption of his soul that follows. Tetsu's obsession with appearing the best all the time makes him chase after the power of the Espers, the final result being the acquisition of said power at the expense of his humanity. Tetsu takes on the ruler of the universe form, granting him immense psychic abilities and deforming his body through the rapid transformation he undergoes. It's a memorable transformation because of how Tetsu sacrifices so much only to end up losing and releasing that power to create a whole new universe. Number 18. Satan's Soul, Mira Jane from Fairy Tail. Mira Jane Strauss, a talented S-class mage, harnesses the power of demons to transform into one. This cool power-up is called Satan's Soul form, and it gives her enhanced speed, superior fighting abilities, allows her to manipulate other demons and cast a wide variety of spells, each with their own unique effect. It's the ultimate display of power by a sorcerer, and we love seeing Mira Jane transform every time. Number 17. 100%. Toguro from Yu Yu Hakusho. What happens when you mix tall, muscular, and evil with demonic powers that amplify all those traits? You get Toguro. This severely underrated villain also possesses one of the most powerful transformation forms in anime. Toguro reaches 100% of his power during the Dark Tournament arc, and the difference in power is day and night. His demonic form is so powerful that he's able to beat everyone with ease. In the end, the only reason he's defeated is because of the wounds from the spirit gun blast that Yusaku fires. Number 16. Baskerville, Alucard from Hellsing. Everyone's favorite vampire and ladies' man has a hell of a transformation. Alucard possesses a unique blend of hand-to-hand fighting abilities, gun control skills, and a set of magical techniques that allow him to win any encounter that comes in his way. The Baskerville familiar form is Alucard's most powerful shape-shifting form. With the ability to turn a selected limb of his into a demonic dog-like creature, this form allows our titular vampire to slice off opponents in droves, and it also serves as one of his key weapons against tough foes. Number 15. One for All, Toshinori Yagi from My Hero Academia. A great hero that's nicknamed the Symbol of Peace, Toshinori Yagi is a hulk of a man, with a strong physique that resembles what you might expect out of a veteran hero who has seen it all. Yagi takes up his hero skills to a whole new level when he goes through his One for All transformation, a transferable quirk that gets passed down to selected heroes who are capable of using its power. In the case of Yagi, his already superhuman abilities are enhanced to a degree that shatters the minds of his enemies. He literally becomes unstoppable. Number 14. Vastalord, Ichigo from Bleach. Although it's not Ichigo's strongest form, the Vasto Lord transformation is still considered a very high-level transformation for him. In his battle against Yurukyora, Ichigo pulls out all the stops to defeat the tyrannical Soul Ripper. What saves his life is the epic transformation he undergoes, as he calls upon his inner hollow. Ichigo's Vasto Lord form gives him an enhanced strength and agility and imbues his blade with the ability to cut through anything. Like literally anything, even if it is a sizable portion of the surface he's standing on. The form also looks freaking cool. Number 13. Limitation Transformation, Gon from Hunter x Hunter. During the Chimera Ants arc, we see Gon Freaks training like crazy to avenge the early death of his friend and fan favorite Scythe user Kite. When Pitou, the royal guard of King Miriam, murders Kite mercilessly, Gon vows to make her pay. And at the end of the arc, that is exactly what happens. Gon is able to transform decades into his future self. For a short amount of time, Gon's limitation transformation allows him to become more muscular, bigger and far more powerful. Gon makes short work for Pitou, and we even hear the dying ants say that Gon's power level equals that of Miriam. Number 12. Gear 4, Luffy from One Piece. No one in all anime is more adaptable than Monkey D. Luffy. Having been through a huge number of battles and facing countless opponents, Luffy developed his gear transformation techniques to aid him in overcoming different obstacles. While Gear 1, 2, and 3 are all fantastic power-ups that bring back a lot of nostalgia, Luffy's Gear 4 is pure art. There are the Bounce Man form, Tank Man, and Snake Man forms within his Gear 4 arsenal. Each one of the Gear 4 forms was used on different opponents that required a certain battle strategy to overcome, and to make a long story short, it's pure genius. Number 11. Meteoric Burst, Boros from One Punch Man.
Meteoric Burst!
Villain diversity can be a great suspense builder, and Saitama faces a new one every day. Boros is one of the first to supposedly represent a threat to the bald hero, and the reason behind that is his flamboyant Meteoric Burst form. This form gives Boros a new look, with his single eye becoming white and his body engulfed in white energy as well. And obviously, his combat abilities are taken to the extreme. With speed that surpasses of light, it remains one of the strongest power-ups in the show. Number 10. Demon King, Meliodas from Seven Deadly Sins.
完全に防御している。
The leader of the Seven Deadly Sins, the Sin of Wrath, is also a descendant of Demon King. Meliodas' toughest battles drive him to tap into his demonic potential through rage, unleashing a black mark that slowly transforms him into a Demon King. As the mark spreads throughout his body, Meliodas becomes stronger and faster, and able to gain back lost limbs, and accesses unique powers like the Darkness Sphere to protect himself from deadly attacks. However, the longer he stays like that, the more demonic and less human he becomes, and that goes against what Meliodas stands for, so it's used only in extreme circumstances. Number 9. The Perfect Being, Father from Full Metal Alchemist. In a bid to free himself of the laws that govern reality itself, Father, the best alchemy user in the world, releases the 7 homunculi to achieve his goals of world domination. Say whatever you want about the guy, but he sure knows how to lead people and commit genocide on a large scale to put his own powers. We clearly see that when Father transforms into the Perfect Being, by absorbing the souls of over 1 million humans. The end result is the creation of a horrifying monster that equals God himself in power, if such a concept exists in the show at all. This form gives Father everything he needs to crush his enemies. It's both imposing and really depressing to look at. Number 8. Ashura's Mode, Naruto from Naruto Shippuden. A whole video can be made about Naruto's many awesome transformations, but for the sake of brevity, we're only going to discuss one. Naruto Ashura Mode. This is by far the strongest Naruto has gotten throughout the show. By combining 2 shadow clones together, Naruto managed to call upon a manifestation of his ancestor, a 3-headed and 6-armed figure that he uses in the fight against Sasuke. Naruto is able to withstand attacks from Sasuke that would otherwise kill him. His final attack, Ultra Big Ball Rasen Shuriken, is just a pure otherworldly display of visual perfection. Number 7. Unknown Percentage, Kageyama Shigo from Mob Psycho. possessing a raw psychic abilities that can endanger everyone around him if left unchecked. Kageyama, also known as Mob, struggles to control these powers throughout Mob Psycho. When Mob reaches his unknown percentage state, all bets are off to whether anything standing in near vicinity can survive the psychic flurry of superpowered attacks that render all his enemies either dead or helpless. And we forgot to mention that he can steal abilities from others as well when he is like that. It's hard to think about what Kageyama is going to be capable of when he grows up a bit more. He might actually threaten all of the reality itself. Number 6. The Founding Titan, Eren from Attack on Titan. Eren's Founding Titan form, recently given the title of the Final Titan by Isayama, is something that will stay in our memories for life. By taking on the powers of Ymir, Eren is finally able to transform into the Founding Titan and bring about the rumbling, unleashing hundreds of colossal titans in the process. Eren uses his newfound powers to control these unwieldy beasts, to destroy humanity outside of Paradise Island. Eren's Titan is a lumbering giant that covers a very wide area of land and has 2 loose arms hanging by the side. We see some action from this titan in the manga, when Eren punches Armin's colossal titan right in the neck, sending him flying down and showing us that this titan is not just there for visual appeal. Number 5. Six Paths, Madara from Naruto Shippuden. It's a shame when we think about what happened to the ghost of the Uchiha, but then again, this is Madara after all. It was fitting to have him get killed through a blood of betrayal because no one could defeat the grizzled shinobi in battle. Combining all the 6 abilities of Six Paths technique, Madara was able to become an unstoppable fighting machine by calling on meteors to destroy a battlefield. Control chakra chains that could hold any tailed beast in place, absorb chakra from other opponents, and produce shadow incarnations of himself to overwhelm any Sharingan user. Madara turns into a generalist user of all the best abilities that we saw throughout Naruto, and it is a sight for sore eyes whenever he did it. Number 4. Legendary Super Saiyan, Broly from Dragon Ball Super. Driven by his hatred of Kakarot, Broly is able to take on the only form that none other living Saiyan can, the legendary Super Saiyan form. In this state, Broly's hair turns green, his body swells up in size, and his speed and attacks become planet-destroying. Broly's aggression also goes into overdrive, as we clearly see when he manages to take on Vegeta and Goku in their Super Saiyan Blue form and Golden Frieza as well. That's 3 of the strongest characters in Dragon Ball Z right there. Can anyone beat that? Number 3. Golden Experience Requiem, Giorno from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
これがレクイエムだ。
When it comes to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, stands are what make each character stronger than the other. For Giorno, he possesses the power of the Golden Experience Requiem, the strongest stand in the entire series. In this form, Giorno is able to send his enemies into an infinite death loop of over and over and over deaths that are extremely brutal and never stop until he decides it. Of course, this is thanks to the arrow that we saw in part 4 that gave every enemy his stand. Number 2. Super Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann. Super Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann describes the form that Simon takes on in the battle against the Anti-Spiral. With a speed that's faster than the speed of light itself, a quintillion times over, Super Tengen allows its pilot to effortlessly traverse entire universes in a single step. Super Tengen is used in the final battle against the Anti-Spiral to destroy it completely, along with the universe it resides in. Its overwhelming energy aura gives its attack so much weight that it is possible to annihilate several galaxies in one hit. Yeah, it's literally the second most destructive form an anime character has shown. It's like using cheat codes in anime, only with much bigger stakes on the line. Number 1. Ultra Instinct, Goku from Dragon Ball Super. Goku's many Super Saiyan transformations all have a life of their own, but none is more epic and impressive to see than the Ultra Instinct form, rivaling the might of the gods of destructions themselves. This temporary power-up gives Goku more speed and might than any other being in the universes of Dragon Ball. We see Goku using Ultra Instinct to full effect in his fight against Jiren, dodging the stoic warrior's strongest attacks with ease. Goku attacks with more ferocity than ever too, landing hundreds of blows in the blink of an eye on Jiren, and letting loose to a massive Kamehameha attack that sends universe S11's chosen one reeling to the ground. So far, Goku has never used Ultra Instinct, besides his encounter with Jiren. It tops our list as the strongest anime form for a character ever, due to the sheer rarity of the form and the power it bestows on our favorite Saiyan. And that's it. We hope you got as adrenaline pumped as we did while going through this list. As always, the list reflects our opinion of the strongest forms of anime. If you feel like there's a different order to this list, please let us know in the comments down below. Also, be more awesome by giving this video a thumbs up, sharing it, and subscribing to our channel for more anime greatness. Stay cool.